It's the Class 2 Open Championship match of table tennis here at the National Veterans Wheelchair Games, and a little bit of payback might be in store in this game. We've got Michael Trujillo taking on Andre Shelby. These guys have a little bit of history. They played in a gold medal game before, with Trujillo taking home the gold last time.
So I think there's definitely some previous experience with each other, so they may be familiar with their games. But it's been a few years, so maybe there's been some tricks up the sleeves that they haven't seen before. So it should be interesting as they go through this match. We'll see how evenly they're matched and see what sorts of strategies they may have to employ.
It's a best-of-3 matchup. First player to 11 points wins that game, and first player to 3-1 games wins this championship match.
So they played the first couple of points there, and I think it's a 2-2 tie at the moment. Trujillo serving.
In the round robin tournament.
That one was just tough to get to, right up against Trujillo's body, couldn't recover. Boy, these guys are wasting no time at all. As soon as that point is recorded, they are right back into it.
Silver medal winner was Escamilla, and your gold medal winner from Palo Alto, Patton.
There's a nice power stroke there by Trujillo.
Hitting it straight back into the paddle of Shelby. It's one of those things, just an unfortunate break. You can't even return it. Normally that would have been off the table.
4 serving 6.
A little discussion about the point scoring right here. Official score's got 4 serving 6.
Very nice return that time. Clipped the top of the net.
Yep. So 5 serving 6, 1 point away from tying it up. And it's all tied.
Tie game, 6-6 here in this championship match.
Oh, a little too far away there.
Shelby takes the lead 7-6.
Ooh, a little too strong on the serve. But he's showing us a little bit about what he's got on his serve there. We may see that again.
We've seen a lot of power and finesse from Trujillo so far in these games. Yeah. Shelby, though, primarily a finesse player. He hasn't busted out any power moves yet.
Ooh, unreturnable there for...
And that's hard to do. Shelby's a righty. That one was way over to his left on the far edge of the table, not able to get to it.
There's a net serve. We'll redo that one. Ooh, a little bit long again.
Both these guys, very calm players out there. They aren't showing a whole lot of emotion. It's just like they're going about their business. Steely demeanor trying to get that championship.
That was a perfect setup there, a perfect serve, and all Shelby could do was just hit it back, and he set him back up for Trio for the return.
And that was the game point. Shelby wins 11-8 in game 1, takes a 1-0 lead here in the championship match. Class 2 Open.
So that's the first game we've seen Mr. Trujillo lose.
He won 3-0 over James Patton a little while ago. Finds himself trailing 1-0 against Andre Shelby here in the gold medal match, Class 2 Open.
That first game was very close. I would expect the same for the second game.
And so they switch sides after each game, part of the rules for this table tennis championship match. 1-0. Shelby has the lead. What a return that time by Shelby.
Had to set up by a very strong serve.
He had to backhand that from the far side of the table and was able to get it over again. 3-0. Shelby now has the lead. Make it 4-0. And Shelby has jumped out to a big lead, 5-0 so far in game number 2. First point for Trujillo now, 5-1.
And it's Trujillo's serve. Let's see if he can show some stuff here. Nope, long on the first.
Not able to take advantage of his serve.
very nice return. We just saw a point just like that. The backhand that goes a little too far to the left for Trujillo.
That's been one of Shelby's big strategies so far during these games, is just to get it out of the reach of his opponents. We saw it a lot against Robert Johnson in the last round. He's trying to do it again here against Michael Trujillo.
It's almost a combination of the finesse and the power.
And Shelby has jumped out to a huge lead in this one.
There's a power move.
9-2, Shelby has the lead. Make it 9-3. So Shelby will serve now, leading 9-3.
Very nice serve, very nice serve.
Just on the edge of the table. Shelby was able to return that one, but not able to get it to land on the table. 10-4, Shelby has the lead. Game point. 10-5, Shelby looking to take a commanding 2-0 lead.
Nice, very nice volley there.
A little bit of a short game around the net that time. Shelby wasn't able to recover.
Long for Shelby.
And Trujillo starting to come back. 10-7 the score now.
10-8. A little bit of a meltdown here by Shelby.
Let's see if he can hang on, take that 2-0 lead, or if Trujillo can come back.
We are 10-9.
What a comeback for
Shelby
Michael
with a
Trujillo.
wink to Trujillo there in between the points. Oh, we have 10.
We are all tied up at 10. You have to win by 2 in this. So even if one of these two men gets the point, they still have to get another and win 12-10.
So advantage to Trujillo. He could steal one here from Shelby.
Trujillo now leads 11-10.
Oh, now we're tied back up again.
So we're even. Have to win by 2. Advantage Shelby. And we're at deuce again. Advantage now goes back to Shelby. This game just keeps going back and forth.
And we're tied up again.
Both these guys don't want to quit. We're tied up once again. And now the advantage goes to Trujillo. These guys are trading the advantage back and forth. You have to win by 2.
This is shades of the Wimbledon match we saw last weekend, if anybody was watching that. Back and forth, back and forth.
So Trujillo has the advantage. Or excuse me, Shelby has the advantage.
14, serving 15.
My apologies. Now, all right, just to get caught up here. Now we're back even again. Even at 15 apiece. You have to win by 2. Make it 16-15. Trujillo has the advantage. He needs this to win this game and tie it up 1 game apiece. And he does. What a matchup that time.
There's almost 2 full games of points there. And Shelby had that very large lead and gave it up through his own mistakes, but also the fine play by Mr. Trujillo.
Great comeback from Trujillo. He found himself down early, but battled back, tied things up late. Then these two men traded punches back and forth. Finally, though, it was Trujillo who ended up on top. We are now tied 1 game apiece.
I think it'll be very, very hard to match the intensity and the competition of that last game, but we'll see what game number 3 gives us.
It was just back and forth between the two. It was one thing to be tied that late, but to go as long as it did, we were up to 16 points, I think.
Absolutely.
So Trujillo serves now here in game number 3. We're tied 1-1, and the first point goes to Shelby.
The overhead smash. Not returnable at all.
What happens when you get that high one? You just have that advantage to smash it down. No way for your opponent to get it back. Both these guys want that gold medal badly. Trujillo, 4-time gold medalist. Shelby was runner-up one time to Trujillo. He wants to get a little bit of that revenge.
Come on, folks. You've been sitting on your hands all
The overhead announcers firing the crowd up, getting them clapping.
Very good turnout here in the Spokane Convention Center for the Table Tennis Championship Class 2 Open.
For the gold medal. Playing from the right side of the table from San Antonio, Texas.
And Trujillo can't manage to return that.
3 inches, 165 pounds. As his opponent today, who just won an amazing match, played out of Richmond, Virginia, representing the Army, sitting height at 41 inches, 180 pounds.
7-2, Shelby has the lead right now. So another big lead in this one. Trujillo's gonna have to climb the mountain again.
Okay, we have a bronze medal game.
We know he's fully capable of it. He got himself a little deeper here.
Thomas, 234. Kanabe, 337. Bronze medal game.
And that one goes off the table. Point to Trujillo. Shelby leads 8-3.
Fantastic return. Backhand again. He's really gifted with that backhand.
10-3, Shelby has the lead now. Game point.
Showing some forehand strength there too. And it goes long. So I believe that makes it 2-1, Shelby.
What we're doing is we're webcasting on the air. I was wondering if you could just possibly kind of leave it kind of up like this so everyone so I can peek over your shoulders and scores.
If I start to move it, just
That's fine.
What's that? What's the score? 2-1? 2 games, 1 game.
So Andre Shelby leads 2-1. He needs one more in order to win the Class 2 Open Championship gold medal here at the National Veterans Wheelchair Games. Andre Shelby in red, Michael Trujillo in blue.
He's fully aware of how close he is to that gold medal, but he still has to keep his cool in order to get through these next few points.
Stretched out for that one, but just couldn't return it. So it's Trujillo who leads now 1-0.
That was a let ball, so it just hit the top of the net, so it's a reserve. And goes long.
1, serving 1.
And we're all tied up at 1. Shelby needs one more game in order to win the championship. But it's Trujillo who now leads 3-1.
1, serving 3.
We were talking with Shelby after his semifinal matchup. He says that he wants that gold medal. He's going to need to come back now. He trails now 3-2.
Oh, not successful with the overhand smash that we saw earlier in that last game.
He got the high one he wanted, but just couldn't convert.
Again, that backhand is becoming the strength for him, that cross-court backhand.
You would think having to stretch all the way across his body to do that backhand would be a disadvantage for him. We haven't seen that at all so far.
Absolutely. I think backhands are as they are in tennis and also in table tennis, very difficult. Very difficult to keep that control.
6, serving 3.
So Shelby leads 6-3 right now. Make it 7-3.
7.
Nice volley back and forth, but that one goes long, and Trujillo now has 4 points. 7-4, Shelby leads it. Make it 8-4. Remember, this is first player to 11 points gets the win. Shelby already leads 2-0. If he wins this one, he wins the gold medal. Just clipping the edge of the table. Shelby now leads 9-4.
We got game point here, match point, gold medal championship point.
10-4, Shelby leads it. Make it 10-5, so Trujillo stays alive. And that does it.
Gold medal to Shelby.
Andre Shelby able to return that one. He wins the gold medal Class 2 Open here at the National Veterans Wheelchair Games. He beats Michael Trujillo, who put up one heck of a fight. We saw a great game there in game number 2 going back and forth. But in the end, it was Shelby who emerged victorious, gold medal winner.
And as you had mentioned earlier, Stephen, that was a revenge match. So Mr. Shelby got his revenge after they had played several years ago in a similar match for a similar prize. Well done.